measure ourselves against the best teams, and it could go, if we don't win today, it could go really backwards. But the Nets could lose today to a shitty hobbled Warriors team. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
Weissman's out.
exactly. Lose to the Kings and then win against the Suns, and we all feel it better again and act like there's no problem.
I think you got to shoot to win the first two games of the trip, and then my guess is they'll probably sit some guys for that Suns game and say, "Fuck it, let's gear up for the Lakers."
They've got to beat the Lakers and the Clippers, if you ask me. The Clippers game is 3 days after the Lakers game,
Do they
and
play on this trip? I don't think so.
they do. They do.
He's sure San Antonio.
I don't think they play San Antonio.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
If my memory is right, it's Kings, Suns, Lakers, Clippers,
I hope so.
and
I'd
I
love to see
know
that clip.
I'm kind of setting up my gambling board, and I never bet on my team, but the Nets are so easy to bet against. Even though I lost, I
Well,
bet
by the
against
way,
them
I
on
heard
the Pacers.
I heard you do that. Shame on you. Never bet against your team. You're right.
About
It is the Clippers after the. It is the Clippers after. So it's Warriors tonight. Then they've got their 4-point favorites tonight. I will be betting on the Nets. They've got the Kings, Suns, Lakers, Clippers before they come home.
So
Dude,
the Warriors,
I mean, they can go,
the Warriors is for me has to be a dub because they're a small ball team.
right.
We
They
we
do what
don't.
we do.
Yeah, we don't, and it probably was a good idea to, if you were going to rest DeAndre, rest him for this game,
Well,
and then roll him back out against the Kings.
Andre was that he's out for personal matters, so rejoin the team at some point on the trip. That could be the next game. It could be who knows when it would be. My guess is he'd be back by at least the Suns on Tuesday. I think 4-1 or 3-2 would be a good trip for them. If they can do one of the two.
So I'm gonna give you a dub versus the Warriors, an L versus the Kings. Will oddly bounce back against the Suns. My pride is gonna say they're gonna beat the Lakers. So that's 2-2. The Clippers really is next week because it's Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that Clippers game.
They play on ABC tonight. Monday's normal. And then they're TNT, ESPN. That effort.
Like I said, for some Nets fans, this is all they ever wanted. All they ever wanted was to be loved. I want to be.
The West. I really do.
Say it again.
I love when they're on the West Coast.
Why?
I don't know. I like like smoking a blunt at like 9:45, like right before tip off. I don't know. I always just like the night games. I don't know why. I always have.
I smoke during the game, after the game.
Right. It's just like usually it's teams you don't play a lot too. So you talk like when there's fans like in the arena, it's always fun to play like at the Lakers. There's always like a good atmosphere, a lot of good crowds out in the West. So it's teams you don't play a lot, and you only go to those arenas once a year. It's not like Atlanta where you might play them twice in their building every year. You see it all the time. So it's kind of like a treat.
Yeah, I guess. For me, it's just because I build these apps and shit with all these Eastern European engineers. I have to get up at 5:00 in the morning, and so it's kind of rough watching those late night games. But I make it work. You gotta come on. You gotta come on and sit in my. You watched the Cosby Show as a kid?
Yeah, I used to love Dr. Huxtable.
Okay, so
I don't care what he.
I'm Dr. Puffable. So I'm inviting you to the crib to come down to our. You remember how he had the office downstairs? I've got the same thing going on. You come down, we'll sit down in my office, we'll watch the game and puff and record a pod one day.
Post-COVID, we got to get a Nets fan get-together for a game, at the arena. Maybe we go to Mullane's or something before. There's a lot of on that I want to meet.
Oh, hell's yeah. We definitely have to do that. There's other spots now. I don't think Mullane's is still open. So there's other spots, and you know what? For the Nets fans from out of town, especially for the people that we're kind of cool with, it'd be dope. Everyone could just come by my crib and we could just dip out to the game or grab one Uber and get to the game and park on my block or something. But we'll set that up. You feel good, man? Are we a championship team?
We're right there. We need another. We're right there.
Why you think I'm on Sean Marks' neck? I'm on Sean Marks' neck because we're right there, but we're not there.
Right. So that's like the beauty of New York sports is like we hold the teams accountable, and I think fans have to start being like, we're a big market.
That's right.
New York, we have a national presence, even though we're never going to be the team here because the Knicks, but we have a national presence right now. Hold the team to the correct standards of what we're trying to accomplish.
That's why I do this pod with you. You know that? Because that's what I believe. I believe in that. For people might think, oh, you're such a dickhead. You and that past first guy, two dickheads. You don't like Kyrie. No, we like the fucking team. We root for the laundry. We root for the city.
I love Eli Manning. The guy delivered me 2 Super Bowls. I've cursed his ass out like in game 1 the year after a Super Bowl. But that's the standard, and that's what makes it fun,
Yeah.
And that's what makes New York sports fun.
That's what we're supposed to be about. Now it's almost like they, one of the knocks that, some of these New York sports radio guys say is, oh, he went to the Nets so that he wouldn't have to face the pressure of being on the Knicks. You know what? If it's just for me and you, there's pressure on being on the Nets.
There is validity to that because of our fan base. Like
scary hours.
Twitter, like the refs are really tonight. Like the refs didn't give up 140 points and 60 points in the paint. Like, go fuck yourself.
Kyrie didn't play. If I say Kyrie didn't play any defense, but he's giving so much money to charities.
Right. Give a fuck. If I cared about the Kyrie, I'd donate.
That's what I'm saying. I donate. I'm a charitable guy. And I don't give a fuck. I want him to play basketball. I want him to do what he's capable of. I'm not out here crushing TLC. You know what I mean? He's a French. What am I supposed to expect from the francophone? I'm a francophone. We don't. I don't care if he's good or not. It doesn't matter because he shouldn't matter. This is about Kevin Durant. This is about Kyrie Irving, and this is about James Harden. They have to become self-aware with this not playing defense shit, and it's about winning. This is an opportunity. These guys the 3 of these guys, the sum of those our 3 versus the Lakers 2 is more. We're better than them in that sense. But the reason why we cough it all back up is because basketball is 50-50. You play 50% on offense and 50% on defense. It's not like you play offense and then you come off the court and then the defense comes on the court. You have to defend.
We may never see this again. They could suck for the next 25 years after this. Like, you just never know. We may never have this perfect storm that came together for this franchise. Now is the time. Like, let's collect our rings so that we can always say, yeah, but they did it back in 2021 or 22, whatever it was. We always had that. The Giants are going through some lean years right now. I'm like, you know what? They gave me 2 titles, so I'm gonna ride with them through the bad times. This is our time to get our hardware.
It's our time, man.
I'm gonna hold the team full, and I tell you what, they better hope I don't get my hands on one of those 1,700 seats tickets because I will be yelling at the game. They're going to hear me. I'm going to be instructing Steve Nash from the sideline.
You know what? I've been telling myself it's not worth it, but you just made it worth it. I'm about to try to get these tickets. Help me.
I'm going to be like, yo, Nash, why do you switch every night regardless of opponent?
Call a fucking timeout, Nash.
Right. Yeah. Like, James Harden, get your fat ass in shape.
DeAndre Jordan, let go of that fart you're holding.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, I love doing this podcast with you, man.
I'm not going to be here in a month.
Say again?
I'm going to tell Norvell Pell he won't be here in a month.
It's China for you, Norvell. No.
Right.
Oh, I got to get tickets now. I wasn't going to go. I didn't even care. When they announced it, I was like, maybe for the playoffs. But now I'm going to pay premium price to just go and be one of the 1,700 people.
The hope is that they want to get some protocols in place, and as the weather turns, you already see the numbers are starting to go down. People are getting vaccinated. My old man's getting vaccinated on Tuesday. He was able to get
that's awesome.
Signed up. So I think, they're doing like 1 million a day, hoping by May, maybe they can put 7,000 in there, 6,000, enough where, at least it makes some noise. Because like you watch some of these games, there's like 500 people there. Like it's weird to cheer. Like you're a weirdo if you go to those games and cheer.
Oh, I would be cheering, and I would be yelling at people.
I would be mad. I don't think I would be chanting defense with like 300 people scattered out of the arena. Like,
I missed my shot with Torian though.
All right, my final prediction: we get a dub tonight. We beat the Kings. We're gonna sit guys versus the Suns because it's the back-to-back. I'll say we beat the Lakers, we lose to the Clippers, and it's a 3-2 trip.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that's a good trip. There's good opponents on this trip. They come back home 3-2. They pick up a game in the standings, and then I think they can ride from there. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Yo, let's do this again, as we will. And let's continue to keep it real. Put one in the air for me. I'm about to put one in the air for you. My man,
buddy.
For my man at Pass First, as you'll see on the caption for this event. Thank you for joining me. I'm at Eve Darbooz. If you can't spell it, just check out the caption. We are the Front Office Podcast. Me and Sam will be back. We'll break down this game and the next game. And we're going to keep talking Brooklyn Nets fan. Thank you very much.
Go Nets.